In this training, we're going to focus on one area of performance evaluations within ReviewSnap. We're going to better understand the development goals process, learn about researching resources for your staff, and participate in the addition of learning activities. So first, let's briefly touch on the importance of development goals. Why do we give our employees development goals within their performance evaluation? Well, managers play a vital role in developing your employees. It's probably one of your biggest jobs. You want to encourage new ideas and techniques for improving their performance. You want to help those employees that are struggling. You want to be able to remove any obstacles that employees might face or have in their way to achieving a improved performance or the goals that we have set for them. And you want to provide resources that are going to help get them there. Employees want opportunities to learn and grow in their position as well. They want to fix things and deficiencies that affect their performance. They are dying to learn new techniques to improve or make their job easier. And some of them want to prepare to take a higher level or a different position within the organization, and they're going to need new skills once they get there. But most of all, employees want to know that they work for someone who cares. So if we set development goals and let our employees know, we're invested in you, we want to see you grow here at the organization, they're going to realize they do work for someone that cares. So, you've already assigned your development goals for your employees. Now you need to add learning activities. Currently, we have over 100 learning activities already in ReviewSnap. You've done these and taken these yourselves. They could be on-demand videos that we watch. They could be go-to trainings. They could be books that have been assigned, or a chapter of a book that has been assigned, or that you've read. We need to add more learning activities, and we need to add them specific to your employees, your program, or your department. So the first assignment that you're going to take away from this training is you're going to research resources and send a minimum of 2 to me, M. Gibson at floridafl.easterseals.com, for approval in addition to the learning activity library. This is required for all supervisors. A minimum of 2 resources need to be sent to me no later than April 30th. So, what are resources, you ask? Resources, or rather learning activities, could be a plethora of things. They could be articles that you've read in a newspaper or in a newsletter. They could be books, management books, coaching, supervisory books, communication skill books. They could be videos that you've come across that would be applicable to your employees or your department or your area. It could be a blog post or a class that you see locally or through go-to training that Easter Seals already offers. So these are all encompassing of the learning activities we want to add. Right now we've got the go-to trainings and videos and books that are in our learning activity library. We just want to expand on that and make a lot of those activities specific to you and your employees. Okay, so now you're probably like, I have to find these resources, and I have to send them to Molly no later than April 30th. I need to find 2. How and where do I find these resources or learning activities? Well, it's probably pretty easy because you're probably already getting some. Are you a member of any professional organizations? Do you hold any licenses or accreditations? Are you a member of any community organizations? Do you participate in any business or affinity programs? Or a real simple one is, do you have access to a computer and email? A lot of us within Easter Seals are members of organizations. We get a whole host of resources that we might have not even recognized as learning activities that we can use and adapt to our purposes. So, if you're a member of any of those organizations, you probably are already receiving newsletters. But if you're not, sign up to receive them. A lot of those newsletters have a lot of great articles and tips on a variety of subjects. You want to subscribe to email alerts for any websites or anything of that nature. You want to access website resources. Easter Seals itself has a great website with a host of resources for our clients that are utilized on a daily basis. There are tons of websites out there. We just need to look. You want to subscribe to blogs, or the easiest way is to search Google or YouTube. So say you've got a development goal for an employee on communication skills. It's that simple. You just type help employees with communication skills, or written communication, or verbal communication, and you're going to find a whole host of resources. It's then up to you to kind of look through those and see what speaks to you, what you think will be beneficial, and then send it to me. So now that you've found these activities, you've found these resources, the article, the website, the video, that are specific to what you're addressing for the development goal you assign your employees, you simply want to send it to me. You want to send me an email link. If it happens to be a website, you want to send a web address if it's a blog or a video or something of that nature. And if it's an article you read in the newspaper or something else of that nature that isn't electronically already created, you can simply scan the article and email it to me. So say, for example, you have an employee who you've set a development goal of improving their communication skills, both written and verbal. And here we've got a blogger, Michael Hyatt, who has a lot of great blogs on leadership and communications, and this one just happens to be about email etiquette 101. It's a short, quick, easy read. It addresses written communication via email, so if you have an employee who you know to have struggles in that area, maybe they're writing emails that come across as terse or too short or too long, you can send me the link to this particular blog, this article, and I will add it into the learning activity library. You might also come across something that costs money, and we don't want you to discount. We are a nonprofit, but we have resources available to train and educate our employees. So if you come across something that there is a cost associated with it, don't throw that in the trash. Don't put that in the don't file pile. Send it to me. It could be something that we look into. Those things are approved by our CEO, and we'll take a look at it and possibly be able to provide funds for employees in that way. So just to touch base again, the first part of the assignment, we want to research resources and send a minimum of 2 to me for approval in addition to the learning activity library. This is required for all supervisors. You want to send those resources or articles or video links or web links to me no later than April 30th. Required 2 resources to me by April 30th. Number 2, you're going to add a minimum of 1 of the learning activities to each of your staff members' existing development goal for 2015. So you've gone out, you've done the work, you found a bunch of resources, some articles, some great videos. Now you want to add those to the development goals that you've set. You're going to need to meet with each staff member to discuss not only the development goal they have, but also talk about the assigned learning activity. So it could be to watch this short video, or take this training, or read this book, or just read a chapter of this book. And that's going to be due by May 31st of this year. So to add learning activities within Review Snap, we just wanted to provide a quick refresher. You're going to go to your Manage Business and Development Goals. You want to select the 2015 calendar year. You're going to scroll down to Manage Development Goals section, and you're going to click Update on the goal line. When the goal is open, you're going to be able to click on Add a Learning Activity. You'll then click on Find on the pop-up screen. You do not need to enter anything into the title if you want a full list of all available activities. So if you're looking to see what other managers have added to the list and what resources you have, and kind of look at all of it at once, just leave it blank. You then want to find an activity you want to assign in the list and click Select to assign it to your employee. You'll just repeat that process if you wanted to add more than one learning activity to a development goal. The big takeaway from these exercises and the assignments is to really kind of make this part of your supervisory lifestyle. You're going to send me the minimum of 2 articles or info or web links no later than April 30th, but we want you to do this throughout the year. So as you're reading through those organizational newsletters, or if you're on your personal Facebook page and someone shares a link to an article that is really touches on something that you feel your employees could benefit from, send it to us throughout the year, because what we'll do is we'll just continually add those to the learning activity list. And realize that something that's applicable or helpful to you and your employees may also be perfect for another manager. So it's a way for us to share resources. For example, if a manager in Tampa at one of our centers finds a video on playground safety that they think would be great for new employees or for employees, they can add it to the learning activity library. And the great thing about Review Snap and this process is that someone at AMAR, a supervisor at AMAR, can see that video and think, wow, that would be applicable to our program here. You want to encourage employees to grow, and letting them know that you're invested in their growth will keep them engaged and motivated to improve their performance. So adding learning activities, setting development goals, all comes back to letting the employee know we want to grow you. We want you to succeed in your position and your employment here at Easter Seals. That's it. If you have any further questions or need help with anything, feel free to email me or call me, Molly Gibson, mgibson, NFL.easterseals.com.